All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Michael did end up tearing his ACL, so that's official. That was it from the game. All I got here in injuries. Go ahead, guys.
Can you give any details about that? Is it the quote-unquote clean tear like Nick Bosa had?
Yes, I believe there were lateral meniscus also. But they said it was for Albert's word, but it was a good one. I mean, it wasn't perfect because there was a lateral meniscus. But they feel good about it. He'll come back with his career will be fine from it. It'll heal great.
Kyle, how did you feel about the season he was having leading up to the injury?
I'm real happy with Michael. I would do the exact same thing over again. I thought where I just hurt for him is, I was loving watching him battle through all this stuff. He battled to get back into the season after an injury in training camp. He's been playing a long time since then. I thought he was a guy who kind of needed a bye week more than anyone. So I'm just really disappointed that he's not able to really continue developing through this year because I believe we got a hell of a player who's going to really figure this out in the run game and the pass game. And he still will. But I heard for him that he isn't going to do that over the next half of this year.
Coach, has a date been set as far as like surgery and then possible roundabout recovery time? And then have you been able to talk to him, have a conversation with him? How is he kind of feeling and doing?
I talked to him yesterday. I haven't been able to talk to him today. I'll reach out to him when I'm done with all this stuff. I know the number of guys have seen him in here today, though. I know he's able to be around Nick and Fred too in the training room when he found out. So, but no, I don't know exact recovery or the surgery date, but I'm sure we will sooner than later.
Are either of the two new guys, Cleveland Farrell and Keon White, candidates to sort of take over that spot, that role that Williams had?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Keon definitely shows a lot of inside rush potential. And Clea, we've done both in the past, but both of them were up playing a big role yesterday before Michael got hurt. So obviously with Michael getting hurt, that only becomes stronger. We expect to get Huff back this week, so good to get another one back.
I think you addressed this yesterday, but with the trade deadline tomorrow, is there any more emphasis on making a move with Michael out?
No, that hasn't changed anything. I know those guys are working around the clock on just any possibilities and stuff, as they do every single year. But no, this happening hasn't changed anything.
You also expect to get Jake Brendel back this week?
We're hoping. We'll see on Wednesday. He's got to go through a couple more things here tomorrow before it can for sure be Wednesday, but he's got a chance.
Kyle, is there any update with Ricky and what his availability might be this week?
Real similar to Jake's on that. They couldn't confirm today he'd be available this week, so we'll take it day by day, but continue to evaluate him as this week goes.
Kyle, could you open up Brandon's practice window this week?
No, we're not.
And one more. What about Ben Barch?
Yeah, he practiced last week, so we'll continue that this week. Thought he had a good week last week, so I expect it to only get better this week.
Kyle, what did you see from the secondary over the game? I know there was a few missed tackles, but there's also some good coverage here and there.
Yeah, I thought we definitely improved from the week before in Houston. I thought the guys played tighter in coverage. I think there was much less mistakes in the pass game. I thought Renardo had one of his better games. Thought he made a few plays there. The one thing, we did miss too many tackles, which we need to clean up, but the guys took a step in the right direction.
Kyle, is Brock's status and bringing him back at all contingent on how Mac Jones is playing? I mean, in other words, if Mac is playing this well, can you afford to, kind of wait out Brock and wait and see when he's healthy?
Yeah, they're not related. I mean, this is Brock's team. If Brock's good to go and everything and can play like Brock, there's no decision to be made. It's just nice as we go through this with Brock, the uncertainty of the toe. It is cool to have someone playing as good as Mac is, but they're not related.
After the game, some of the Giants players commented about the crowd noise from 49ers fans. Was that something that you were cognizant of that, you remarked on or anything during the game?
Well, the Houston game was so disappointing because our fans take over a lot of stadiums, but they took over the Houston stadium like it was LA. And so it was so disappointing that we didn't give them much to cheer about that whole game. So that was real cool in New York that we had a bunch of fans there too, and it was really cool in the second half to watch the other team have to use the silent cadence. Anytime you do that, that shows you got some really cool fans who made the trip.
What you asked from your wide receivers in run blocking. Have you seen improvement from them? I know you don't have your guys out there that you've had before, like Debo and BA. So, these newer guys, and I know Jawan's been hurt, but have you seen improvement in their run blocking?
I have seen improvement. I think they're working at it each week. I do think they're getting better, but we're still expecting it to continue each week to get better because we're not there yet. But it has been improving.
As shaky as the Houston game was, you did do some good things on special teams in that game, and you also did some decent things on special teams in this game. How do you feel about the progress of that unit?
I've been real proud of our special teams this year. I think they've gotten better throughout the year. I think they're playing real well as a unit, in all the phases, not just one in particular. I think our returners have gotten better. We got better blocking for them. I think our punter, our long snapper, and our kicker are playing at a high level, and I think it's a huge credit to them, especially as we get all these injuries. People talk about, guys having to play in offense and defense when guys are hurt. Well, they're all taken from special teams too. So as them to get better as we've been banged up is give a lot of credit to those guys for pulling that off.
Kyle, during Eddie's warm-ups, there were some fans screaming, "Eddie, please don't ever leave us." Is there a thought to potentially getting him a deal going before the end of the year?
I don't know. I wish we get a deal for all of our guys going forward, but that's not something that I've discussed with anybody yet. But I'm sure that's stuff they will be discussing into this offseason.